Student, good morning. Today's topics are electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. So let me start the topic. First, we discuss about what are electron gain enthalpy. Their symbolic designation are delta EGH. EG means electron gain and H4 belong to an enthalpy. So enthalpy when electron is added to an isolated gaseous atom means when electron come into the orbital. So this energy required to welcome to the electrons in their orbital is known as electron gain and enthalpy because the electrons are not removed. In a case of ionization enthalpy, the electrons are gained. So we say to it electron gain enthalpy means delta EGH. So delta EGH may be exothermic or endothermic. Means the heat is removed or heat is required. Example group 17 high negative electron gain enthalpy, but noble gases they have positive electron gain enthalpy means when the electron come into the 17th group member, so the enthalpy is released, removed. But in a case of noble gases, when we want to plus an electron in the orbital of a noble gases, so the enthalpy is required. So there are various factors on which electron gain enthalpy depends. First one is a nuclear charge, more negative as Z increases. This is due to the greater attraction for the incoming electron if nuclear charge is high. So for example, in a case of a halogen has more negative electron gain enthalpy. The size of atom also a factor. Increase in size of atom, distance between the nucleus and incoming electron increases, and this result in laser attraction. So delta Ag less when size is less when size is increase. So when the size of an atom increase, so it's difficult to attract the electrons. So the delta EGH value is in a positive way, it's high. Electronic configurations, the elements having stable electronic configurations or half filled and completely filled. Balanced subcells show very small tendency to accept additional electrons. So delta EGH is less negative. So electron means the stable configuration are uh, increase the electron gain enthalpy in a positive way. For example, in noble gases, they have positive delta EGH. So electron gain enthalpy of some elements are showing in a tabular form. You have see the alkali metals have negative electron gain enthalpy, lithium minus 59.8, sodium minus 53.1. But if we comparison to the halogen family, so they have more negative value means for fluorine, in a case of fluorine it is minus 327.9, chlorine minus 348.3. But in a case of a noble gas, all they have positive electron gain enthalpy because they have stable configurations. So by tabular form you can easily say if we comparison to the oxygen family to the halogen family, so halogen family has more negative delta EGH means they attract the electrons and removing the large amount of energy comparison than oxygen family. But in a case of alkali metals have lower delta EGH value means they are not tendency to accept the electrons. So the variation down a group, incoming electron feels less attraction by large atom, hence decrease on delta Ag on down a group. Means when we down a group, so the size are increased. So delta Ag is also uh, going on decrease. For example, lithium show minus 59.8, but cesium has minus 46.0. In a case of oxygen family it is minus 40.9, but polonium is minus 174. Variation along a period, size of atom decrease, so effective nuclear charge increase, hence more negative when move from left to right. Certain irregularities are observed in the general trend. So in a general way, the when we move left to right in a period, so negative electron gain enthalpy are increased means the enthalpy is removed by the electron because size of atom is going on decrease, so it's easily attract to electron. So student, there are various anomalous trends we also have see. So important trends in electron gain enthalpy. The first one, halogens have the highest negative electron gain enthalpy because halogen group general electric configuration are ns2 np5, only one electron less than noble gas configuration, so they have high tendency to accept electrons. Second trends are electronic gain enthalpy values of noble gases are positive, so while those of beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphor are almost zero. So these trends are because noble gases have stable noble gas configurations, means ns2 np6, so they have absolutely no tendency to take an additional electron in their orbital. So this means that incoming electron enters the next higher principal quantum number level and does not feel any attraction for the nucleus, so the enthalpy is required by the case in inert gas. But in the case of beryllium, magnesium and nitrogen and also in a phosphorus, they have stable configuration, is half filled their orbital. Half filled and full filled is stable configuration, so hence no tendency to accept outer electrons, hence their delta EGH means electron gain and gain enthalpy is zero. The third trend is electron gain enthalpy of fluorine is unexpectedly less negative than that of chlorine. You can see on a tabular, fluorine is show minus 327.9, but chlorine has minus 348.3, means it's greater than fluorine. So this is due to the very small size of fluorine atom. There are strong inter-electronic repulsion, relatively compact two piece of cell, and fluorine and incoming electrons. So that's the reason that the size of fluorine is much smaller comparison than chlorine. So they have no tendency to accept. So they have a lower negative electron gain enthalpy, means their heat is enthalpy is removed in a small quantity comparison than chlorine, means chlorine attract the electron due to their big size easily. So these are the trends, and the successive electron gain enthalpy when the second electron is added to a negatively charged ion and the addition is opposed by Coulombic repulsion. This energy has to be supplied to for the second electron into the ion. Anion is known as successive electron gain enthalpy. For example, oxygen, when one electron gain, they become into the oxide ion or monovalent anion. So the delta EgH1 is minus 141 kilojoule per mole. But when in a oxide ion, in a monovalent anion, they accept an electrons. So delta EgH2, when they become into O2 negative, is delta EgH2 is 780 kilojoule per mole. Means in a positive ways they are energy required, but when the delta EgH means energy release, means in they accept electron easily, but in a when they become into ions, so difficult to gain second electron. So the second and higher delta EgH2 value have positive value. So below these are some example of that. Oxygen delta EgH1 minus 141, delta EgH2 780 kilojoule per mole. Sulfur is showing minus 200 and there are delta EgH2 590. Selenium has minus 195 and there delta EgH2 plus 420. So on the based on this portion, some numericals or some NCRT problems are based. First one, which of the following pairs of element would have a more negative electron gain enthalpy? Oxygen or fluorine, or fluorine or chlorine in the second segment. So in the first, oxygen's minus 141 kilojoule per mole and fluorine is minus 327.9 kilojoule per mole. Means the fluorine has higher electron gain enthalpy in a negative way. In second case, fluorine minus 327.9 kilojoule per mole and chlorine has minus 348.3. Means comparison than fluorine, the chlorine has higher negative electron gain enthalpy. NCRT 3.31, it's a question, the first delta EHN1, delta ES2 and ionization enthalpy in kilojoule per mole and delta EGS2. So the values are given in a tabular form you have seen. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, there are 6 elements and the various delta EH1 and delta ES2 and delta EGH are given. So the questions are made according to their delta EH1 and delta EH2 condition. First one, Which of the following elements is likely to be the least reactive metal? So the answer is fifth, due to highest delta IH1 and delta IH2. The fifth element is a least reactive metal. You have seen in a tabular way. The second question, the most reactive metal means second, because second has lower delta IH1 means lower ionization enthalpy, it means most reactive. The most reactive non-metals, third, because they have highest negative electron enthalpy. In a third they have minus 328, means it's the most reactive non-metals. In a fourth, the least reactive non-metals, it's a fourth element. Due to delta EGH also have delta H1, means they have both value, delta electron gain enthalpy and ionization enthalpy, so it's a least reactive non-metal. Fourth, 1008 is the ionization enthalpy and minus 295 their electron gain enthalpy. The fifth is the metal which can form a stable binary halide of the formula Mx2, means belong to the alkaline earth metal. So it's a element number 6, 738 delta IH1 and 1450 delta IH2, and their electron gain enthalpy is minus 4T. So due to less negative delta EGS and delta IH1 is smaller than delta IH2, means easy to remove the first electron, then second electron, delta IH2 value is high, so it form alkaline earth metal, so form binary halide. The sixth segment, the metal which can form predominantly stable covalent halide of the formula Mx, X is a halogen, it's a point number 1. They have lower ionization enthalpy, so it's belong to the alkali metal, so it's form a monohalide, means the formula is belong to the Mx. So student, this question has the reputedly value of ionization enthalpy. We answer the different type of a question. Our next topic is electronegativity, the tendency of an atom of element to attract the shared pair of electron toward itself in a covalent bond known as electronegativity. Means in electronegativity, in a covalent bond, the attracting power of an atom is known as electronegativity. So electronegativity is related to an atom in a bonded state, and fluorine is the most electronegative atom. Means fluorine attract the shared pair of electron mostly. These are the Pauling scale of electronegativity and Mulliken scale of electronegativity. So what are the factors? These are affected to the negativity. First one, oxidation state. Electronegativity increase as the positive oxidation state of an atom is increased, because the tendency to attract the electron will also increase. So if the positive oxidation is increased, electronegativity increase. For example, in a case of iron, Fe second positive oxidation state, the electronegativity is 1.83, but then the oxidation number is increased, Fe third, so the electronegativity increase. It means if the positive oxidation state, electronegativity directly proportional, they also the increase. For an ion, electronegativity decrease with increase in negative charge of the ion. Due to more negative charge, ion will attract less electron, and then a less negatively charged or neutral ion. Means if they have larger charge, for example in non-metal O2 negative or O negative, so means if they have larger negative value, larger charge, so they have attracting power in a covalent bond are less. Next is a type of hybridization. In a case of a carbon type atom, s orbitals are near to the nucleus than pdf orbitals because of their penetration power. Therefore, s orbitals will have greater electron attracting power of electronegativity. So, electronegativity increase with the increasing s character of the hybrid orbital in a case of carbon atom, because s orbital give to strength to attract the power of electron. So methane hybridization are sp3, s character is 25%, So electronegativity is 2.48, but in a ethene C2H4 the hybridization is sp2, S character is becoming to 33%, so electronegativity also increase. There 2.75 in a case of alkyne ethyne C2H2 the hybridization is sp, so S character is becoming to 50%, so also the electronegativity increase into 3.29. So student, if the S character is increased in a hybridization form, you can read the next chapter, molecular bonding and structure. So hybridization, when the S character increase, the electronegativity also increase in this way. Next, the nature of the substituents varies. This is due to the inductive effect of substituent group. Example, methyl 2.30, carbon tetrachloride 3.30, and carbon tetrafluoride 3.35. Here electronegativity of carbon is adjusted by the presence of substituent 3 hydrogen, 3 chlorine and 3 fluorine atom. So you easily see in a case of a fluorine is the electronegativity high comparison than hydrogen. It means the electronegativity high if thus it depend on the substituent. Means in a fluorine comparison when we hydrogen, so fluorine is a highest electronegative atom, so they have show their higher electronegativity. So nature of substituent also affected. So periodic variation of electronegativity in a period. In a period we see the halogen family has greater electronegativity value, means in a covalent bonded form the attracting power is great, and if we comparison with other non-metal, for example oxygen family and nitrogen family, so nitrogen is the highest and oxygen also and highest and fluorine highest, means when we move from left to right, so the electronegativity is increased, but when we move in a group top to bottom, so electronegativity is going on decrease. So inversely proportional relation show in the group, but directly proportional relation is shown in the periodic detail. So student, the electronegativity increase when we move left to right. This is due to the decrease in atomic size and increase in effective nuclear charge. The attraction of outer electron and nucleus increase in a period. So in a electronegative increase when we move left to right, and this is the point are same in a group. Electronegativity generally decrease because atomic size increase and bonding electron become away from the nucleus. So there are two trends are showing in a group and a period. So electronegativity in metallic and non-metallic character. Electronegativity is inversely related to metallic property of the elements. Decrease in electronegativity down a group means decrease in non-metallic property, means in a bottom side in a tabular form the metallic character is highest because the electronegativity is lower. For example, in a case of fluorine is have greatest non-metallic character due to their high electronegativity 4.0, but with comparison to the astatine it has only 2.2. it means it is showing the metallic character. So when we goes down, then electronegativity decrease, so also the non-metallic character is going on decrease. So electronegativity, for example fluorine highest 4.0 in most non-metallic elements, cesium electronegativity 0.7 in most metallic elements. So if we see in a table, so those elements which have lower electronegativity means they have higher metallic character. So by the way of electronegativity you can easily predict it by the metallic behavior on non-metallic behavior. The higher electronegativity means higher non-metallic behavior, lower electronegativity means the lower metallic behavior and higher metallic behavior. So the next is the differences. Most of the, because it's a introduction point in a class 11, so students are also confused in electronegativity, electron gain enthalpy, but there are major difference between electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. So these are the difference. It easily understand, give the correct suggestion for you. First one, electron gain enthalpy, it is a tendency of an isolated gaseous atom to attract an electron, but in electronegativity it is a tendency of an atom in a molecule to attract the shared pair of electron. So electronegativity is showing on to the when they bind by the covalent bond, but electron gain enthalpy is related to the atom case, not in a bonded case. So electron gain enthalpy, it is a property of isolated atom, but electronegativity, it is a property of a balanced atom when they bind by the covalent bond. Third, it is the absolute electron attracting power of an atom, but it is a relatively attracting power of an atom. And fourth, it can be measured experimentally. We can calculate electron gain enthalpy in a kilojoule per mole, but it cannot be measured experimentally. It's only the relative strength. So unit of electronegativity kilojoule per mole electron volt per atom, but electronegativity there are no unit, only scale for comparison. And electron gain enthalpy of an atom is constant. It is give a definite value, but electronegativity not constant, depend upon the oxidation state, hybridization and nature of substituent. Means electronegativity are variable, but electron gain enthalpy are definite. So student, these are the difference between electronegativity and electron gain enthalpy. Never be confused. These are two different features. Electronegativity are in a bonded condition, electron gain enthalpy in an individual atom condition. So there are some questions based on this. What is the basic difference between the terms electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity? We can discuss in this segment. You can easily. How would you react to the statement that electronegativity of nitrogen on Pauling scale is 3.0 in all its compounds? So not always 3.0 in all compound. It depends on oxidation state, hybridization state on the element. So you know the negativity, electronegativity is not constant. They are variable in a atom in a variable covalent condition. So student, these are some trends showing in the periodic table. Atomic radius also going on increase when we go in a group top to bottom. Negative electron gain enthalpy when we move left to right in a period, it's increase. Ionization enthalpy also increase, electronegativity also increase, non-metallic character also increase. Metallic character in a left hand side most metallic, in a right hand side is the least metallic. Atomic radius means big atom found on a period in a left hand side, smaller atom found in a right hand side. Negative electron gain enthalpy is when we see in a group, it's a higher in a top side and bottom is the lowest. Ionization enthalpy, the first member of a group is higher ionization enthalpy, but when we move down, it's the ionization enthalpy lower. Electronegativity, the first member of the group has highest and the last member of the group is lowest. So why these are the trends, you can easily understood about the various trends which are showing by the periodic table. So student, I hope this video is more informative for you. In this segment you can justify by the trends, you can imagine, you can learn easily, you can say about the periodic table trends. These are some numericals are based on the question based on the NCERT. These are the difference, the electronegativity and metallic and non-metallic character you easily predict it. These are the value are showing in electronegativity in a tabular form. And the factors of electronegativity, substituent, hybridization, and these are the oxidation state. Pauling scale and Mulliken scale are give the relatively value of electronegativity. What are electronegativity? The NCERT question related to ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy. And these are the successive electron gain enthalpy value. These are the important trends are showing by the electron gain enthalpy in a periodic table. So student, I hope this video is more informative for you. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much.